Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back with yet another episode of the Blaugrana Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the best Barca podcast out here on YouTube, guys. And we are back with yet another episode, guys. Episode 30. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it, guys. Pick up to every single one of you guys who are already in the building. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And ladies and gentlemen, where else do I start, man? It is another episode of Blaugrana Podcast. And, of course, guys, it wouldn't be Blaugrana Podcast without my co-host, man, like Pasa Boy 103. Brother, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We're about to win the league title this weekend. So this weekend, the season will end as well. So I'm very excited, very nervous, but also a little bit happy this season's coming to an end, not going to lie.
Hey, listen.
Too much of a roller coaster of a season.
Listen, man. We got nothing to complain about. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. But we roll with the punches. And look, at the end of the day, you're right. It has been a roller coaster of a season. But there is some good news. We could potentially win the league. And guess who is coming to town, Hophead? Guess who is coming to town for the big coronation of the league title? The Clásico, which... Listen, we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let's start with the weekend game, right? We went away to Al Sadar, right? A stadium which, we very, very imposing stadium. Some teams have struggled over there, right? We knew this wasn't going to be easy. We knew this was going to be a tougher game than the game between Getafe and Barcelona. We knew this was going to be tougher. We knew Osasuna were going to come out more and they were going to give us more of a challenge. And you know what? They did. But in the end, the boys turned up. And we did end up winning the game by 2-1 by Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, and obviously Joan Garcia for Osasuna. And I'm going to be very honest, man. It was quite a good game. I was very, very happy with the performance, right? Second half, really. First half, there wasn't really much to talk about in the first half. But second half, we turned up. First half, they had a lot of great chances, man. Like, Budimir was cooking. He hit the post during the first half. Joan Garcia, he was moving like Superman in this game. Absolutely cooked. And he did his thing. Second half, we played a lot better. We started creating more chances in the game. We started doing a lot of stuff. Flick made the changes. He made the substitutions, brought in some of the players like Rashford, Ferran Torres, and all these guys. And then, you know what? We left it late. But we ended up getting it done. A beautiful goal by Robert Lewandowski, who, let's be real, he was really, really quiet. But you can never keep a great finisher of that level quiet for 90 minutes, man. In the end, we ended up getting the great goal, man. It was a beautiful cross, right? Rashford with a beautiful cross to find Lewandowski. Lewandowski, he made the move, man. Amazing move, right? The striker's instinct kind of goal there, which I always talk about when it comes to Robert Lewandowski, and I'll talk about. But great goal, right? We took the lead late, right? We're thinking, let's just sit back and hold on to it. But you know what? Flick always has other plans, man. He doesn't park the bus. It's not a part of his vocabulary. He decided to go forward. Ferran Torres made it a double to basically put the icing on the cake. But it wasn't all rosy because in the end, Osasuna, they ended up giving us a big scare right at the end. And it was 2-1. But we held on and we got the victory. And we thought we were going to win the league, but in the end, we're just going to have to wait another week. But, Hafed, what did you think about that performance against Osasuna, brother?
I thought overall it wasn't too bad. I think we're at a point in the season now where performance don't really matter. It's just about getting the result and getting over the line. I wasn't too fussed about the performance. I thought it was okay. I think the issue that I had was the lack of creativity, lack of going forward. I thought we held the midfield quite well. I thought we defended in certain scenarios in the game quite well. Just felt like going forward, we didn't really do much. We didn't create anything. We had the Lewandowski chance in the first half. We had the almost shot in the second half that was blocked, and that was really it up until the first goal. So creativity-wise, going forward, nothing much, but midfield control, defending was there. We weren't rushing things. I think Osasuna had the chance when Budimir hit the post and the shot from distance that was saved by Joan Garcia. Apart from that, they weren't threatening either. I really liked Gavi's performance. Thought he was very good in the midfield. Also, Pedri was fantastic yet again. Olmo,
Yes.
he's the one that's lacking. He's the one that didn't have that final pass, that final ball. He had some good link-up play in the first half. The second half was very, very disappointing. I think the opposite said for Fermin. I think Fermin the first half was quite poor, loose touches, not making the right decisions. In the second half, he was much better. So I think the game changed once Flick made that triple sub. Frankie, Rashford, Varane, that changed the game completely. We were more forward thinking. We were getting in behind better and more accurately. We started to create more chances. I think that triple sub is what won us the game. Great, cross by Rashford as well. He took his time and effort and space on it. You had the Lewandowski, clean header. Even the Varane second goal, it was, I wouldn't say lucky, but it was definitely against a replay from, a lackadaisical throw-in from Osasuna. So we capitalized on one of their mistakes. Usually teams against us make, a mistake or two and they end up pouncing. We end up pouncing on it. So I think this game, whoever scored first was going to win. I was saying during the live stream as well that his game being 1-0, but the fact that we went 2 and they got a consolation goal, I think was not in the script writers, but it was very much whoever gets his first goal walk away with the points. And, winning both Getafe and Osasuna back-to-back, is absolutely crazy to me. Almost keeping 2 clean sheets as well. 2 tough away games where we've struggled a lot in the past few years in these stadiums where we haven't picked up wins as well. To come out of it, I would have been happy with 3 out of 6 points. So that's why when we beat Getafe, I come to this Osasuna game, just don't lose, and I'll generally be happy. I think 4 out of 6 out of these 2 stadiums would have been good. But getting 6 out of 6 is absolutely astonishing to me. So credit where it's due for this team. They realize now that these 2 away games where they would win La Liga, especially with Madrid dropping points against Betis when we were playing Getafe. So they took advantage of it. Credit where it's due. The performance wasn't pretty, but most importantly, it got the job done.
100%. I was very, very impressed with the players in this game, and they really, really turned up. I was very impressed with players like Lewandowski. He was very quiet in the game, but I'm going to talk about him, right? I think I have a lot of stuff to say about him. Rashford, man, I have to say, last 2 games, Rashford has stepped up. He's really stepped up, right? Without Yamal. No, look, performance-wise, no. But as far as his, the goals he's been scoring and the moments he's been getting, like the goal against Getafe, right, was basically the icing on the cake, right? We needed that goal. He's been getting crucial moments, like the goal assist for the first goal yesterday, right? I feel like those are very important, right? I was very, very impressed with him, and I'll give him credit where credit is due. He's been pretty good in those games, right? So give him credit in those games. Pedri, like you mentioned, I'll be honest, right? Ever since I would say the Champions League, I've seen a upward trajectory in Pedri's performances. He's been improving a lot, right? He's been carrying the team, and I'll be honest, man, I've been really frustrated with a lot of the attackers, especially if you remember the Getafe game, right? He was putting a lot of great balls into the box, man, and Dani Olmo was so wasteful, right, in that game. Ronnie Bagdaji, I have to say, he was poor. I've not been impressed with him the last 2 games, right? The way he's been playing recently, I've been starting to wonder if we should probably let this kid go out on loan. You understand what I mean, right? Get some game time, because he's really not been it, especially in the game yesterday. That's 2 back-to-back games where he started, and I haven't really seen much of a great performance. I'm not even saying goals or assists, but just give me something to be like, okay, this is why I want to see more of you. You understand what I mean, right? And for me, I have not really been impressed with his overall performances in the last few games, right? But one player I do want to give credit for, and listen, guys, I'm going to do your super chats and your chats, guys, very, very soon. Big up to Rex and all the people who are sending their super chat. Big up to you guys. But when it comes to Joan Garcia, we need to talk about this dude, because here's the funny thing about Joan Garcia, right? People always like to, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people, I've seen a lot of Barca fans this season, they've been downplaying Joan Garcia's impact this season. I don't understand why. Especially many people have kind of been downplaying his performances in the Champions League specifically. That's why I feel like a lot of people have been downplaying his performances, saying, well, he hasn't been playing like this, and his performances have not been great, in the Champions League and all this stuff. Bro, if you look at the last 2 seasons or last few seasons, like I would say since 2023, 24, right? 2022-23, right? Bro, we have been starving for a new keeper in this club. We've been starving to have a goalkeeper that can be clutch when he's called upon, even if it's rare. When he's called upon, he can step up. You understand what I mean, right? Step up when he's needed. And let's be real here, bro. I have seen games this season, games this season, where we've won, and I can look back and say, that Joan Garcia save was a big reason why we won this game. That game against Osasuna, bro, was one of them. This game, I genuinely don't think we would win it without Joan Garcia because those saves he made in that first half were crucial. Those are the crucial saves. Those saves, if we were 1 or 2-0 down at halftime, we could have lost this game heavy. You understand what I mean? So for me, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think that he is a big reason. He's a big reason to why we won this game, and he's been a big reason, and he's been one of the stars of this season. And I think people need to put some respect on Joan Garcia's name. He's been one of the stars. When you talk about stars this season, you talk about players like Yamal. You talk about Pedri in moments in this season, right? Raphinha has had a lot of injuries this season, but he's stepped up in the games where he has played, right? And then, for me, the fourth person in that list is Joan Garcia and maybe Bernal, because Bernal has stepped up this season, right? But really, for me, top 5, he's in the top 5 top performers. I'll put him top 3, to be honest, for me. For me, it's him, Yamal, and Pedri up there. Because his performance is in goal. Consider how bad our defense has been. You cannot blame him, man, because our defense has not been good. And he's still been able to save us in big moments this season. I'm telling you guys, Happy, we have a gem in our hands. This guy is going to be the best goalkeeper in the world at some point. He will be, bro. When we build a great team, a team that can perform in the Champions League, a super team that can perform in all competitions, I'm telling you, bro, Joan Garcia will be the best goalkeeper in the world, bro, when you give him a good defense. This guy will be clean sheet records. I genuinely think he can. He's the amount of saves he has to make per game is probably up there with the best in the world, bro. If we check it, right? So for me, Joan Garcia, he has been amazing. He's been the signing of the season by far, signing of the season, right? So yeah, I'll be honest, man. We got to put some respect on him, man. He's been playing very, very well. What do you think about Joan Garcia, bro? Honestly, for you.
I think he's had a remarkable season. I think he's in contention not only for Barcelona's player of the season, but La Liga's player of the season as well. Last time, of course, we won La Liga. I think last season, it was Lamine or Rafa that got player of the year. But under Xavi, we won the Liga. It was Ter Stegen who won the player of the year. And he won the Zamora trophy as well. He's won some crucial points this season. Of course, think about the Espanyol game at the beginning of the year. I remember other games as well where he single-handedly wins us 3 points. He's been nothing short of a remarkable signing, a consistent player as well. I know in the Champions League, he hasn't maybe lived up to the height, no clean sheet in the Champions League, but I think he has made some big saves and has, came up when needed. But I feel like that he's just been a revelation, absolutely incredible what he's on the back line. The upgrade from a washed Ter Stegen to a young up and coming promising Joan Garcia is incredible. So I'm beyond satisfied with him, and this is what he does in his first season. Imagine in the next few seasons when he gets better and better and better, and hopefully we pray that the defense in front of him as well gets better and better.
Hopefully, man, but yeah, for me, Joan Garcia, amazing. You know what? Another player I need to also mention, Paul Kobashi. Now, I'm one of the people that, I've been critical of Kobashi this season. But listen, man, we got to go credit where credit is due because that's your guy right there, bro. Like, he's really stepped up the last 2 games. The last 2 games, I would arguably say, like, yesterday, if honestly, for me, Joan Garcia was the man of the match, I would have given it to him. But I would have also given Kobashi a fair shout out, right? Because he's been a defensive rock, right? Him and Gerard, you can see that him and Gerard Martin, that partnership, he's the leader between the two of them. You understand what I mean, right? He's the one that kind of dictates. And the game against Getafe was for me where I think he was the best player, honestly. I think that in that game, I would have given him the best player, right? And in this game, I would say he's the second best player on the pitch in that game, right? Even though we did concede in the end, right? We could have easily kept a clean sheet, right? And, at the end of the day, I know Budimir had some few good chances in, but Budimir is a very, very great striker. I always tell people about him. He's a very, very good striker, man. He's got 16 La Liga goals, Hafed. 16 for Osasuna. Now, come on, man. Like this.
I think that Joan Garcia and Pedri were the best players. I remember what moment. I think it was.
Pedri was great. Yeah, Pedri was great.
I think when Budimir hit the post, Kubarsi was pretty poor defending there. He got dropped twice on the turn, then on the floor with Joan Cancelo. He didn't like that defending in a key moment. I thought overall he had a solid game as well. Same with the Gerard Martin. This is why I think the performance overall wasn't too bad. Some players maybe had some poor moments, like Fermin Lopez in the first half, then Olmo in the second half, Gabarsi in that moment, Cancelo as well. But I think overall the team was a collective, unit. Joan Garcia came up big when he was called upon. I thought Pedro was absolutely outstanding in the midfield, pushing the team forward, controlling the tempo well, keeping the fluidity of the possession going as well. So I think it was a very, very good performance. What you expect against, a solid team in a difficult away ground as well. And I'm still, wouldn't say I'm in shock, but I'm still very umming and ahhing and very happy with the fact that this team went out Getafe also no way and came out 6 out of 6 points. I think that's not being talked about enough, genuinely.
No, that is what I'm saying. It's very impressive. It's extremely impressive. I got to give the players all the credit in the world because they really stepped up the last few games. They really have, right? And big up to Rex, man, out here sponsoring another episode of the Blaugrana Pod, man. This guy is always supporting, man. Listen, man, I'm gonna read your super chats very, very soon, man. But yeah, amazing, man. Like I have to say, the team stepped up. I will say this now. I feel like last 2 games, I've said this when Yamal got injured. I said, for me, this next few games, it's a team effort. Not 1 or 2 players, the whole squad. The goalkeeper, from the goalkeeper to the defense, to the midfield, all the way to the attackers. Every single person needs to pull their weight in the next few games for the rest of the season. Everybody. Because that's how we're going to be able to finish this season on a high. Right? That's how we're going to have to do it. So, for me, I'm impressed. I've been impressed. I feel like the whole team has been able to step up in the last few games. Maybe the performances have not been great, but at least we've been getting the wins, right? And listen, I need to also talk about our striker, Robert Lewandowski. Bro, I'm going to be very honest, right? You know one thing I say about Lewandowski, and this is one thing, Hafid, whenever I talk about Lewandowski, I always talk about his striker's instinct. I always talk about his finishing, his positioning. Like this, it is not an accident how good he is, how he's always at the right place, right time, how he always knows when to shoot, how he's finishing, even at his age, he's almost 40, and his finishing is still elite, right? I'm telling you, this is what I've always said about Lewandowski, even this season. When people always ask me, Omar, who would you rather start between Lewandowski and Ferran? I've said I would start Lewandowski and I'll bench Ferran and I'll bring Ferran in the second half. Not because I think Lewandowski is going to score 20, 30, 40, 50 goals. He probably might not even nudging 10 goals this season in the league. But one thing about Robert Lewandowski is he is one of those strikers who doesn't need 2 or 3 or 4 chances. If you put the ball in all he needs is one good ball into the box in the right place, right time, and then boom, he make you suffer.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean, right? I've said this before. This is why, Hafid, when people ask me, I've been saying this, right? I talk about this summer what we need. And I've said, I would focus on the defense most importantly. First and foremost, before I talk about any other position, I'll fix the defense. When people are like, oh, let's go get a winger, or let's go get a striker. Yes, we need those areas. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying we don't need players in those areas, but those areas are not our Achilles heel. They're not our biggest weaknesses. We've seen even with some of the scrubs that we have in the attack that we can still score goals. Bro, we're proving it now. We're proving it now. We have no Yamal. We have no Raphinha, who have been basically spearheading our attack the last 2 seasons. We've had neither of them, and we're still scoring goals. We're still finding a way to get the ball at the back of the net. It shows you that the tactics, the formation is built to score. Even if it's not the strikers that are scoring, somebody is scoring in the attack. You understand what I mean? Right? And when it comes to Lewandowski, he is a dying breed in football, Hafid.
Yes, yeah.
He's a guy. I'm telling you, bro. I think apart from maybe Haaland, and I'm stretching it with Haaland because Haaland is a goal scorer. But when I talk about striker, the overall striker, the full package, bro, Lewandowski is probably the last we're seeing in this generation, bro. This dude is he is the perfect striker, bro. His positioning, his finishing, like I've said this before, Hafid, right? But there are things that you either have them or you don't have them, bro. Lewandowski is a pure goal scorer. He's a pure striker. Those things, they don't leave you. You can be in your 30s, entering your 40s, bro. When they put it in where they need to put it, you will always put it at the back of the net. And that's the beauty of Lewandowski, bro. Because this brother is finished. But dude, do not ever sleep on Lewandowski. He is that good, man. And I have to. That's why, bro, I don't accept the disrespect on Lewandowski. Yes, I agree. He's finished. Yes, he's not the player that he used to be. But I promise you guys, this striker right here that we have, bro, he's the last. We will not get a striker like him. Probably until maybe we get a Haaland or someone like that. Any striker that we bring in will not be able to do what Lewandowski does. This guy is a dying breed. He's a special striker, bro. He's a special player. And yeah, that goal encapsulates for me the way Rashford had the ball. Literally, Rashford was sitting. Literally, did you see? He had the ball. He was literally standing there just looking to see Lewandowski. Lewandowski took his time. Like he was like, that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't like when the ball came to Rashford, he didn't rush because he knew the striker would make the run. So he just waited till like the defender was comfortable, and then he just bypassed him. So by the time the striker basically reacted, the ball was already in the box, free header into the box. Striker's instinct, bro. Like you cannot buy that. But what a player Lewandowski is, man. What are you saying?
We're gonna miss Unk, man. We're gonna miss him. Like you mentioned, I think it's a great point that it is very much a dying breed of these kind of target man strikers. We're being looked with these false 9 strikers, which is looks like the profile that Deco and Flick want to go for. But having a player like Lewandowski is remarkable to have, and I hope we can have someone even off the bench in that position, especially maybe a Soto or Manucci heading into next season. I think those options are very useful for Barcelona. We had it for one season with Luke de Jong, and it came, hugely into fruition. But these are the moments where Lewandowski can do it, and understand that he's getting a bit older, and that things are catching up to him. Mother time catches up to everyone, but he can still perform. I would love to keep him for one more season. I'll wait and see, because his future will be decided, I think, in the next 2 weeks, because we only have 2 home games left. If he wants to get a send off from the Barca fans, he needs to decide quite soon. We have Real Madrid and Real Betis in our last 2 home games of the season, so there's still time left there for him to get that farewell if he announces it very soon. So I think Lewandowski has done so much for this club in the time that he came for this club as well. I was really hoping he would break into the top 10 goal scorers all time for Barcelona as well, but if the time comes for him to go. But what he's done for this club has been sensational.
Yeah, man. And big up to Jonas for the raid, man. Every single time. Big up to you, bro. But yeah, what a striker he is, man. What a striker he is. He is a special striker. We're definitely gonna miss him 100%. Guys, big up to every single one of you guys. We have over 60 people in here, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys who are always supporting. But listen, guys, make sure you guys smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. We're only on 4. Bro, we have 60 people in here and we're only on 14 likes. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Make sure you guys get in the... Listen, man. We have a bunch of... Listen, I know we got a bunch of Lewandowski level strikers in here, man. So smash the like button, man. Move like Lewandowski in front of goal, man. Big up to you guys, man. Every single time. But big up to all the people who are in here, man. Big up to my brother Rex every single time. He says, Hafed, I'm glad you don't hold back in cooking all the players, man. Hey, listen, one thing about Hafed is, it's time to cook, man. He is relentless, man. I've seen him. I've seen it in his channel as well, man. He tries to be professional, but sometimes, man, like some things, man, some players, man, they don't deserve professional. Sometimes you just gotta go in.
So frustrating.
Sometimes you gotta go in, man. Sometimes you gotta show how you feel, man. Tell us how you really feel, Hafed. Come on, man. But we got to Rex again, man. He says, I love Vucevic. He and Bastoni signing my dream. Like, listen, man, that could be a dream that could come true, right? All this talk about Bastoni, man. Listen, we need to make a formal bid, man. Because all I've been hearing is approach, final terms, players this, players that. And we're gonna talk about that on another occasion. But yeah, for me, I feel like we need to make sure that we get the players right that we need in this next season, bro, especially in the defense. Go fix that back line. That's the first priority in the summer. Fix the back line. I don't want to be hearing none of this striker talk. We can get the striker next season if we don't get him this season, right? I'm willing to deal with that. But for God's sake, the defense, we cannot go another season with this defense, Hafed. Absolutely not. Because if we do, I promise you, bro, forget about next season in Europe, bro. Forget it, bro. I have no hope. But yeah. Big up to my guy Rex again. He says, what do we do with As part of me wants him to get another year as centre back, as this is his first bad season. He's been consistent. He's been consistent back for. He had been consistent back for this season, but God, I mean, yeah, I mean, to be fair, last season he was great. He was great last season, Hafid. But yeah, I've never seen a player have the drop on that this brother has had. And look at my brother from another man, a man like Papillon in the building. Big up to Papillon every time. Appreciate you so much, man, for being here, man. Every single time. Big up to you, man. Big up to all the people who are watching. But yeah, it says on a day and love to my boy. Hey, listen, man, we always appreciate it. Listen, Papillon, we're gonna have you on the podcast. Don't worry, next week, bro. When we win the league, trust me, man, I need you to come down here. We're gonna do a full hour of just cooking the Madridistas, man. It's about them. Yeah. Listen, I'm saving up the cooking for next week when we get the win. Right? I'm not even rushing it. Let me win the league against Real Madrid, and I promise you, the level of shamelessness that Omar Talks Football is going to be on, I'm going to be on my shameless store. I'm making video after video, cooking every single one of these. Every single one. I'm not even going to put them in one video. I'm going to be making videos of every single one of them and getting all their receipts. Every single one of you guys. Yeah, man. You get it. And listen, Papillon, I hope that you don't let me down, man. I know you're the king of cooking, man. We need the content. We need content next week. Don't worry about it, man. We need content, huge content. But look, let's talk about it. Let's get into the nitty and gritty. The big game. It's the La Liga title final. Happened. We thought we were going to win the league this week. Real Madrid did the job against Espanyol, which now means that now, the Clásico next week, there's actually something on the line. Because, Happened. If Barcelona win, then we would have confirmed the league title, which we are going to win regardless. But to celebrate in front of the Madridistas as they walked out of the tunnel, wow, this is dramatic. Damn. Woo, my Arsenal fans have the time of their lives. But yeah, we'll let them deal with their stuff. Let's talk about the important stuff. The Clásico final. Afet, we win the league against Real Madrid. I just spoke to Dave, and Dave is trying to downplay it. Let me tell you guys something. Downplay it all you want, but I promise you, I'm going to finally end your misery. Don't worry. We have something planned for you guys. I'm a bloody patient man. We are going to plan, because let me tell you something. You guys have talked about how bad of your season this season has gotten. Your season is over next week. Hafed, listen to me when I say this. Your season is over, Madridistas, because you guys have had a garbage season. If I could encapsulate your season, it would be a horse with a bad leg. You guys are a horse with a bad leg. That's what you are. And right now, you guys have tried so hard to heal this leg. Surgery, everything, nothing has worked. The leg is still jacked up. So you know what Barcelona are going to do? We're going to take your season, that horse with the bad leg. We're going to take him to the back of the barn, and then we're going to take the rifle, and we're going to put 2 rounds on your head. It was what's coming this weekend. This weekend, Hafed, I have never in my life wanted to win a Clásico as much as this one. Do you understand how big this is, Hafed? To beat Real Madrid and secure the league title. It's too good. It's too good. These players, I need this, Hafed. I need this win. Hafed, what do you think about the game coming up this weekend, next weekend?
I think it will definitely not be a draw. We've not had a draw in a Clásico, and God knows. I can't even remember the last time we actually drew a Clásico. First Clásico back at the Camp Nou in a few years to win the league. But there is one problem for Barcelona, which is, of course, no Lamine Yamal. This will be our first Clásico without Lamine Yamal in quite some time. So it'll be interesting to see how that fares. but hopefully Raphinha can start. Hopefully Raphinha can play. They don't have. I think Mbappe is a bit of a doubt for them in that game. We'll see if Courtois is back. Blah blah blah. But it's our moment. It's our time.
Yep.
Clásico scores 1-1 this season as well. If they beat us, it will be disappointing for a few days until we go and beat, Alaves or Betis to win the league. They'll have that bragging rights for the next few days, so we want to keep them real quiet. I want to really highlight the fact that the peak of their season was back in October, and we're now in May, and they leave with nothing. I want to see the comparisons of winning a Clásico celebration. There's so much riding on this game. Just one more. I'll tell the players, look, go out there, down the pitch, one last game before you all go off for the World Cup. The last 3 games, if we get 100 points, cool. If not, it's not really that big of a deal, although I would love it. So this is it. I'm fairly optimistic, especially with it being at the Camp Nou. But Camp Nou games are quite tight. They usually end 2-1, 1-0, whatever the case may be, or then there's like a random 5-0, a 5-1 from Barcelona. But I'm fairly optimistic, but it is going to be a huge game because a lot rides on it for both sides.
Yes.
Imagine being able to win the league on Madrid's head top, beating them to win it. You don't get many scenarios like this in life.
100%. 100%. Listen, Madridistas don't realize, man. You can say, we don't really care. A lot of them, that's what they're trying to do. They care. Oh, you guys care. You definitely care, bro, because your pride is on the line here. This is not about the season. Your season is over. My Madrid fan will be the first one to tell you that their season is over. Yes, your season is over. But this is not about the season. This is about personal bragging rights. And it's funny, right? They always say, man, like God sees everything. When they were celebrating that first Clásico win, and they were celebrating that they won the league, God had to humble them. God had to humble them because it's like, oh, you guys want to celebrate one Clásico win. One Clásico win that meant nothing apart from the fact that you got 3 points. That's it. All you did was have 3 points at the start of the season when the season had months, a lot of more months to go. Now, the roles are reversed. Because here's the thing. Since the fixture came out at the start of the season, we knew this Clásico was going to be a title decider. Everyone who was they were like, bro, by the time the Clásico comes out at the Camp Nou, it is going to be a title decider. And long behold, it is a title decider. Literally a title decider. And now we will get to celebrate when we win. But the difference between us and you is that when we are celebrating, we're not celebrating the victory. We're celebrating the trophy itself. There are levels to this. And then honestly, I need this. I need this, bro, because I'm telling you, man, this season will probably go down as probably the worst season in Madrid's history, bro. Like in my lifetime. I've seen Madrid have garbage seasons. Don't get it twisted, right?
Surely last season has to be worse.
No. I'll tell you why it was worse. You want to know why it wasn't worse? Because even though, yes, they lost to us 4 times, which was impressive, right? Right, amazing, right? They can at least leave the season saying, well, at least we won 2 cups. Maybe not 2 relevant cups, but we won 2 cups nonetheless, right? We won the Club World Cup and the European Community Shield. You understand what I mean, right? Not the real Club World Cup, by the way, the Continental Cup. That's what it's called now, not the Club World Cup, right? But the Continental Cup and the European Community Shield. You won those things. You can take that to the bank. You can say, we won that. Those are trophies, right? Will tell you that these are trophies. So, okay, cool. It's trophies, right? This season, you can't say that. This season, you've won nothing. You have been dreadful this season. You guys have had problems with the locker room. You guys have sacked managers. You've had players fighting. You've had all of this stuff happening. It has been all over the place. It has been insane of a season. And the fact that after all the garbage that you've seen this season, this could be the end of it. You could think about all the shit you've gone through this season and say, oh, how did the season end? Oh, right. We lost to Barcelona and literally handed them the league. After we handed them the Copa del Rey last season, after we handed them the European, the Spanish Super Cup twice, right? Now we've handed them the league. Bro, at this point, all that's left for Flick to take from them is the Champions League, and then that's it. It is incredible. It is incredible. But yeah, man, I'm watching the Arsenal game, bro. I'm sorry, the Everton. Everton have taken the lead again. Oh my god, yo, I'm telling you, man.
I think City just scored, so now it's 3-2.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm keeping my eye on the game, but yo, I'm telling you, man. Ateta, man, the footballing gods are smiling on you, my brother.
No, West Ham. The West Ham got something for us this weekend.
Bro, I promise you, if we see, no, I'm telling you, man. If he bottles that West Ham game, no.
West Ham are in the relegation battle, and they're fighting for their lives.
Oh yeah. City, man. I mean, City have not had a great season, man. To be fair, they have not really had a great season, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, look, for me, it's too good. It's too good. We have to win this game, bro. But it's not going to be easy, right? With all seriousness, it's not. I feel like in the last 2 games, right, even though we've won, the performances have not been great. And that is my biggest worry. Because Real Madrid, I feel like they play better without Kylian Mbappe. We saw him in the game against Espanyol, right? Vinny being the main man actually helped. The team plays better with Vinny being the main man. And that's why this game still worries me, because I think they're going to have a lot to play for themselves, for their pride. Their pride is on the line against Barcelona. So they're going to give it their all against us in this game, right? And they're going to try to make sure that they win to basically just delay the inevitable, right? And also considering Barcelona not just trying to win the league. We're trying to win the league with 100 points. There's a lot of stuff that is riding on this Clásico 100%. But like you mentioned, Raphinha, he didn't play against Osasuna. And all the talk I've been hearing is that apparently he's going to be coming off the bench in this game against Real Madrid. Now, for me, I'm going to be very honest, man. This is the last big game of the season. I would start him. If he's fit, start him. I don't care. No, I don't. Honestly, I don't care, bro. I know he's been out with an injury, match fitness, all of these stuff. Hafid, it's the last big game. We are.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he didn't come on against Osasuna.
I hope so. I need to see them win. I need to see these players win, and I need us to bring our best 11 in this game. So Raphinha, for me, starting, because this is the last big game. This is the last big game, right? After this, I don't care if you bench him for the rest of the season, bro. You can bench him for the rest of the season, bro. I don't even care. Starting from the bench after the game against Real Madrid, starting from the bench against Alaves, starting on the bench against Betis, starting on the bench against Valencia. It doesn't matter, but we're winning those games even without him starting. That's how confident I am. But in this game, he has to start. He has to start, right? Because we need one of the clutch players to start in this game, bro. None of these other players in this squad are clutch. I'm sorry. None of these other players in here are clutch, man. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
What do you think? Would you risk it and start him?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. There's no way you don't start. There's no way you shouldn't start Raphinha unless he's at risk of a relapse. I would definitely.
I mean, if he relapse, bro, who is he gonna relapse for? Brazil, bro. Who were the ones that?
Yeah, because you want to care about his career long term, right? So
right.
Yeah, I think the lineup is quite obvious what to go for, just when that Flick goes with it or not. I think we can definitely expect some surprises from Flick in the lineup, maybe more midfielders. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with 4 or 5 midfielders in that starting 11. But you're at home, under the lights, at the Camp Nou. There really shouldn't be any excuses to win the league title on Madrid's head top 2. Yeah, another, collection to add to the book. You beat them in the Copa del Rey final, you beat them in the Spanish Super Cup final, you gotta beat them in the league. It's all part of the
good. It's too good, man. Mm-hmm. It's too good. And not to mention, we're doing back-to-back league titles against them. Literally. So, yeah, big up to Lakshan, man. Man says, how should we approach this game, considering the fact that we only need 1 point to clinch it, right? Especially if Mbappe doesn't play. They function much better as a team. And also, the ref will be on their side.
Score 1 goal, then park the bus. Score 1 goal, park the bus, hit them on the counterattack, bish bash bosh, and you're chilling.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Flick decides that this is the game, he's gonna park the bus. Oh, it's going to be funny. Oh, it's gonna be hilarious, man. It's gonna be hilarious, right? For me. But you know what? We will see what happens, man. We will see what happens. At the end of the day, I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't know. For me, he has had clutch moments, but would I consider him clutch? Like one of those players who I can look at in this game to step up as the main man? No. Fermin Lopez doesn't. He's not a main man. He's a player that steps up in big moments. Don't get it twisted, right? But I feel like there's difference. Raphinha is clutch because Raphinha is a big game player. You understand what I mean, right? Raphinha is a big game player. Yamal is a big game player. Pedri can be a big game player in the midfield. You understand what I mean, right? Players like that are big game. Fermin is not a big game player. He is a player that turns up in moments. You understand what I mean? He's a moments player. That's what I would call Fermin. He's a moments player. Don't get it twisted. We could win this game 1-0 and Fermin is the guy that scored the goal. He's capable of that. You understand what I mean, right? He could. So I'm not even discounting that he could even get something out of this game. But is he the player that I'm going to be looking at and saying, Fermin, you are the guy I'm looking at in this game. If you step up, then we will win. You understand what I mean, right? Not really. You understand what I mean, right? Raphinha is one of those guys who, if he starts and he performs, we can win. Even if he doesn't get a goals or assists. It's like Yamal. They don't need goals and assists. They just need to turn up. They need to turn up.
That's the most important thing, right? Being able to become a culprit. Maybe if this could be the moment where Fermin Lopez can become a clutch player, right? I think a lot of players have had their moments. They've had opportunities where they can, be clutch for Barcelona. Sometimes they've taken it, sometimes they've not. But in a game like this, is all about being decisive. It's all about, not making mistakes and playing the way that you believe in the path that you've died on, right? As long as there's no individual mistakes and Madrid beat us fairly, you can't complain, right? But if you're making mistakes and Vinicius is 1v1 and he scores, you're going to be pointing fingers more so than pointing at yourself. So as long as we're pointing at ourselves, at the end of this game with a win, loss, or draw, I can definitely leave with my, head held high. But with the draw being, a favorable result for us, hopefully we can get over the line.
No, 100%. Big up to Gush. Gush, I don't disagree. I think, no, listen, Gush, you were here on the post-match reaction that I did on Saturday. I spent like 15 minutes just praising Fermin's season. Fermin has been incredible. You know what I mean, right? Dude, he's got 31 GA this season, bro. He's barely even started every game, and he's got 31 GA. Like, that's one of the best. That's like, we're talking about one of the best attacking midfielders in the world this season. People don't talk about it enough, but for me, Fermin Lopez has been one of the best 10s in the world this season, just from goals and assists. Just by because people like to judge things by numbers, but by numbers, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. You understand what I mean, right? But there's a difference. I feel like clutch is a very important word to use. I don't think Fermin is clutch yet, but can he be clutch? Of course, he can eventually be a clutch player, but he needs to have like moments after moment from like Raphinha. I feel like Raphinha last season is when he cemented his status as a clutch player for me, Happy. Because before last season, I wasn't calling from Raphinha a clutch player. Yes, he scored big goals in moments, but last season, when he was having those goals game per game, having like 50 GA the whole season, right? How in games when we were struggling, he was the one stepping up and winning us games, right? Out of nowhere. That is where, for me, he cemented his clutch moment. You understand what I mean, right? Whereas Fermin, he can be that, but he needs to have games. He needs to have a season of that, right? Where we're struggling. We can't find a goal somewhere, and then a banger comes in from Fermin, and then we win the game. Or an assist, or goal and assist. You understand what I mean, right? Where he's just turning up week after week after week. That's when we're like, okay, bro, Fermin is clutch. He's clutch. You understand what I mean? But yeah, I mean, look, another player that I need to mention. I'm big up to William here. Says great show as always, you guys. Much love, Visca Barca. Let's win this title big time. If we win this Clásico, 100%, man. This is a big Clásico, and we need to get it done. Big up to Lakshan. Lakshan says, De Jong needs to start alongside Pedri. Gavi should come off the bench. Gavi should definitely play in this game. I don't know if he's coming off the bench, but he needs to play because I need players like Gavi. Gavi is the kind of player that we need in this game. He's one of those. Gavi is one of those players, bro. I need him in every Clásico. This brother is he. You can tell he is Barca. You know, there are some players that you don't need to even tell them how big the game is. All you just need to do is to put them in the lineup. They know what time it is. They know, okay, it's Real Madrid, bro. There's no smiling, bro. You feel me, right? You know he's gonna get a yellow in this game, bro. He and Vinny, bro. They have this little beef between him and Vinny. It's gonna be beautiful. I need it. I need to have that in this game. You understand what I mean, right? I don't know if he should start. I don't know, right? Because we didn't see him. We didn't see De Jong start. But for me, I feel like maybe. Who would you start in the midfield? Would you start Gavi? Would you start Pedri or would you start Gavi? I'm sorry. Would you start Gavi or would you start De Jong in the midfield with Pedri?
Probably Frankie. I think in a game like this, you have more stability. I think starting Gavi off the left would appeal to me more than him starting in midfield. I think it's for him. It has to be either off the left or on the bench. I don't see him starting in the actual midfield three, unless maybe Willie wants to play him ahead of from Danielmo, which I don't think he will.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I've been surprised with how many minutes Gavi has gotten. I didn't think Gavi would play as much games as he's been playing, to be honest with you. I thought that maybe he would maybe get some game time here and there, but I didn't expect him to get the stars that he's been getting. Right? I thought that maybe Flick would have taken his time with him, but he clearly trusts the guy. You understand what I mean? He clearly trusts him. So yeah, we'll see. But I'll be honest, man. We're gonna talk. I mean, we're gonna get into the Clásico more in your channel, right? For the other podcast. I don't want to spend the whole time previewing it. I will wait on it. The Blaugrana Pod on Barca Boy 103's channel. So make sure you guys go check it out. That's where we're gonna go into detail about the game, lineups, and all this stuff, right? But Javier, last thing I want to talk about before we do get out of here. Let's talk about the big chance that we have Barcelona at the end of the season. Currently, we are at 88 points. We're 12 points away, right? 4 games to go right now, right? Do you believe that we can get the 100 points? Now, because here's the thing, Jafe, right? We have, after the Clásico, we have quite an easy winnable games coming up, right? The only one that I look at really where I'm like, maybe we might draw this game if we slack off, will probably be the Betis game, because Betis have that tendency. Last season they drew against us both times in the league. You understand what I mean, right? So if we just decide to, after we win the league, to go in the beach, go to the beach, we might draw that game. But I think this Clásico is for me the last big game where we could potentially draw points and not get the 100 points. I think we are going to get it if we win this game against Real Madrid, right? Like for you, because for me, I want it. I'm very honest. I feel like winning the league back-to-back was impressive, right? It's been amazing to win the league back-to-back. We've done a lot of great things this season, but let's be honest, right? When you look at our performances in the Champions League, when you look at our performance in the Copa del Rey, right? We've had a lot of things this season we've been complaining about, man. Like, it's not been a great season. It's not been an amazing season. If I'm judging this season, I'll give it probably a 7 out of 10, just because we did the league back-to-back, really. Because really, if we didn't win the league this season would have been a bad season. Let's be real.
100%.
It would have been a bad season. But the fact that we win in the league, we can at least leave with that and say, okay, cool. But I feel like also if we win the league by 100 points, I would upgrade my season to an 8 or 9 out of 10, because we had 100 points. Because we can say, hey, at least the players turned up in the league. We won the league with record points. We did Centurions. You understand what I mean, right? We're not the first team to do it. I know we've done it before as Barcelona. But for this team, for as bad as we've been this season in moments, the fact that we can still live this season with 100 points, I got to give it to this player. So what do you think? Do you think we can get the 100 points, bro?
Yes, I fully agree with everything you just said. I think it comes down to this game. We win this game, I think we'll go on and go for it. I'm not too threatened about the Betis game. I'm more looking at that last game this season away at Mestalla in Valencia. I think Betis at home, we're going to have the title celebration, more of it. So I can see us getting over the line in that regard, especially with the team knowing that, you're 3 wins away from getting 100 points, which is a big feat. But like you mentioned, it comes down to this game. We win this game, I'll be fairly confident. I'd bet the house on it. Of course, if we don't, then we won't. But of course, the priority is to go out and win the league. If you offer me a draw on Sunday right now, I would 100% take it, because winning the league matters more than 100 points. But 100 points would be a nice little cherry on top of
Icing on the cake. icing
Yeah.
on the cake, right? That's why I really want it. It's not even because at the end of the day the league is ours, right? But for me, just the 100 points will kind of make this season a little bit memorable for me. Because if we win the league, we've already done back to back before. We're the last team to do back to back league titles. So I don't feel like it's gonna be as special. You understand what I mean, right? To do it because we've done it. We're the last, bro. We are the only team that's done back to back in years. And Real Madrid have not done a back to back in almost 20 years. We literally the only team that does back to backs and 3-piece. Nobody else in the league does it. So it's not really as special because we've seen this club do it so many times. We're like, another one, another back to back. We always take the league seriously, unlike other teams. You understand what I mean? So for me, the back to back will be incredible because it hasn't been done in a while. But the 100 points will be the one where I'm like, okay, we did back to back with 100 points. At least when we look at like last season, we can say we won the domestic treble. Last season was amazing for us. Yeah, last season was an amazing season. We almost did the quadruple. Last season we did 100. We won the domestic treble. That's what made the season memorable for all of us. That's why we called it a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 season last season. But this season, if we win the league, we can say, we did back to back and we did it with 100 points. Back to back league titles with 100 points last season. 9 out of 10. Amazing, great season. Not an amazing season, but great season domestically. Yeah. Amazing. What an amazing season domestically. Something I can definitely take away from the season. But yeah, big up to my guy Lakshana, because after the Clásico, we need to give some of our key players an early vacation, like Pedri, who's been rinsed with minutes, who's going to be rinsed with minutes in the World Cup 100%. I don't want injury plagues next year. Yeah, he's onto something here. I mean, look, I think that Flick might. I wouldn't guarantee it, but maybe Flick could give a lot of these players some rest. You understand what I mean? Like give more opportunities to some of the other players. Maybe not bench some of these players permanently from the squad, but he will definitely be more open to like substitutions and stuff like that, giving more opportunities to some of the younger players. I'd like to see maybe Abdul Karim get an opportunity before the end of the season. Maybe at least get one game, maybe at the end of the season against Valencia or the game against Alaves, because he's been doing well in the B team. Right? He scored a hat-trick in his last game in the B team. So, yeah, I would like to see it. Man. But, yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. But big up to every single one of you guys. Listen, guys, make sure you guys smash the likes, man. I don't even know how many likes we're on, guys. But let's try and get the likes. Oh my God, it's 3-3. Still, man, they're still going to still be second, unfortunately for them. But guys, we're gonna be wrapping it up, guys. Listen, guys, we're only on 28 likes. At least get me to at least 30 to 40 likes, man. Please, guys, get us to 40 likes before we get out of here, man. But listen, guys, big up to every single one of you guys who has been watching, guys. This has been episode 30 of the Blaugrana Podcast, guys. We will be back later on this week, guys, for the preview show, guys, on Barca Boy 103's channel, guys. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to Barca Boy, guys, and make sure you guys go and turn on notifications. That way, guys, you guys can be able to be notified when the video comes out. But until next week, guys, next week, Blaugrana Podcast episode 32 could be a celebration stream, depending on what happens in the weekend. Come on, Barcelona, man. We need this, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. As always, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And hold on, before I even get out of here, let me actually redirect. Let me actually set up my stream very quickly. I actually forgot to fix this. But yeah, we're going to redirect you guys to Football Chaos. I don't know if I'm going to be there, guys, because I do have some important stuff to deal with. So I might not be there, but you have some other Barcelona representatives who will be there, guys. So make sure you guys go out there and put Omar Raid in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Big up to every single one of you guys, as always. And peace. Visca Barca.